gardening. We all have like some gardens to a degree, whether we're growing vegetables or attempting to grow flowers. That's what we're talking about this week on the Kast, because we all have a little bit of something going on at home.
We do. Yeah, we have a small little garden to the kind of in our backyard a little bit. It's like the off side of the house, kind of the side of the house.
Right.
We started a garden and everything. But we tilled it from last year. Matter of fact, we didn't even have to till this year our garden because the soil and everything was still like good. Yeah. We got some other like topsoil manure and stuff like that, and everything's growing like crazy right now. It's nuts.
That's nice.
Yeah.
My wife just started a project. She's been wanting to do this for a while. So our entire day yesterday was taken up with this, where she wants to put a rock garden in the front of our house because we have this big section that's been already pre-landscaped, and so but it's been like a few years, so it really needs attention. Mm-hmm. So she wants to put rocks, which we have a lot of rocks at our house. Let me tell you, fairly big ones, to complement the flowers. And she's got, and I'm going to embarrass myself because I don't know flowers, but hostas. She's got blah, 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 blah flowers. That's the only one.
Blah, blah, blah.
The only one I remember is hostas. But so we were out there yesterday digging and, I was out there yesterday digging, trying to make a hole big enough, putting in the potted plants, and we have the most janky gardening tools. We really do. It's like, okay, we have a digging shovel with a point on it, in the garage. In the shed, except it doesn't have a handle. You ever tried to use a shovel without a handle?
What, did you find these tools in an old mine or something?
You can't get any leverage,
No.
Like I'm standing, my back's hurting, and then we also have like a smaller sort of, I guess it's a spade.
Like a spade, yeah.
That's also pointed like a shovel.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we were at Menards. I also picked up like this claw thing that it telescopes, which is pretty cool. It'd make a devastating weapon, by the way, just saying. And so I'm kind of using that to dig at the dirt and everything, and put the thing in, Okay, so all that part was working, except the ground is so hard.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a lot of clay?
I think so.
See, we do.
Yeah.
Okay. It makes any time we're attempting to plant something more difficult. And I always kind of blame that's why things go to our yard to die.
Mm-hmm. And the first landscaping job that had been on there, it already has that black cloth. What's it called? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. Like the tarp gets laid down.
Yeah. So I got to kind of cut through that in order to make the hole for it. But anyway, then I said to her, wait a minute. You ought to think, work smarter, not harder. We have a hose right out front there. I could easily wet that ground where I'm digging, soften it up. Yeah, it'll be mud there, but it'll be a perfect size for that plant. So anyway, we've got like...
You do it enough, then you can send your grandsons out. Work smarter, not harder.
So we got 2 or 3 more to go, and then we got to put the mulch over top of it. It's going to look beautiful when it's done.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm not a... And, she doesn't really have the strength to... dig the way you have to.
She's
for
the
this.
Visionary. You're the muscle.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty.
Yes, that's about how it is.
I'm the muscle.
Yeah. Basically, it's so the way we have it too. Like our whole garden is surrounded by flowers as well. So my wife planted, and I don't even know what kind of flowers. They're orange. They look very pretty.
See, you're in the same boat as me.
Yeah.
You don't know what they're called.
They might be lilies. I don't know. They're like small little. I mean, they're little tiny. Like
they're tiny.
They're like maybe like the bud of them, maybe like this big, and there's like a whole bunch of them. But they're like orange. They're like little tiny flowers. But so they're kind of like all around the garden.
It's not marigolds, are they?
No, they're not marigolds.
Okay.
They're not marigolds. I know what those look like.
Okay.
It's not marigolds. I can't remember the name of them. I'm not a flower guy. I just am like, ooh, pretty. It's a flower. But she got those planted around kind of like lining the garden. So it's like, oh, here's like the entrance to the garden.
Whoa,
right?
nice.
And then we have like a whole bunch of stuff like corn. And we're growing all sorts of stuff. Green beans. We got jalapeno plants. Which I look, jalapenos are not spicy, but for some reason from out of my ground, they're insane. Like they're almost too hot to enjoy. My jalapenos are like, I don't know what kind of seed I got, but it's like too much.
Are you taking the seeds out of them before you eat them?
No. See, I do like heat, but like I don't like that much
to a degree.
Heat. Yeah, to a degree.
Where a lot of the heat is in those little seeds.
I didn't realize jalapenos were so spicy, But anyway, mine are, and then we got a lot of other stuff too, but we also have this hose like woven in through our garden. So all we have to do is like attach the hose to it and turn it on, and it like waters the roots.
Nice.
So like it like gets right. So I'm not sitting there. Like, I still do spray
like rich
it
people.
too. Yeah, but I still like spray the garden as well. But
Like an irrigation hose.
yeah, like an irrigation hose. That thing, you turn that on, you're out there for 15, 20 minutes. It's not instead of just standing there spraying everything down. You're
Standing out there at the wrong time is like
yeah. Half the time I'll let that do its thing for a while I do something else, and then I'll finish off just a little sprinkle.
Yeah.
But.
It's funny you mentioned the garden, though. In England, that's what they call their backyards.
Oh, really?
Like,
The
yeah,
garden?
I was out in the garden.
Nice.
Even if there's nothing growing there, it's the garden. It makes it sound so nice.
That's so cool.
Darling, I'll be in the garden if you're looking for me.
Well, in our front yard, it's the continuous battle of what the hell do we have going there? So the husband planted roses for me because I told him I liked roses. And so one weekend when I was working, he like dug up all this, random stuff that I had in there, put rose bushes in there, made them look nice. I mean, we're talking nice paved, border. Everything looked great, right?
Right.
Okay, so fast forward like 5 years, 3 of those rose bushes died.
Oh, no.
The rest of them changed color. So I know it's got something to do with like the pH in your soil.
Mm-hmm.
So they went from like a pale pink and a pale yellow to white.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. There's nothing wrong with white roses.
Right.
That's fine. Okay. Then my dad likes to come by, and he's retired. He likes to come by and plant random things in our yard. Okay.
That's kind of nice.
Well, but there's no
But
rhyme.
what is it?
There's no
Right, yeah.
rhyme or reason. Like I was telling you about, the plant that blooms every like 5-6 years and it smells like a corpse. Okay, it turns out those are voodoo lilies. For the longest time, we thought they were called a Sacred Heart of India because that's what he came home and told us.
And you didn't know you had those, right?
Well, I didn't know that they were. I knew that he had planted one in there,
Right.
but it has like since spread. And it's spread all throughout
procreated.
this rose bush on the end.
Yes.
To the point where I had 2 plants that sprung up, the smelly ones.
Yes.
But before that, they shoot up like a leopard print trunk, and then they look kind of like a palm tree, and they're very pretty. Well, I've got 4 more growing in that rose bush.
Are you
now,
serious?
and they're the palm tree ones.
Yeah.
So in a few years, they'll mature to the smelly plant.
Now,
But
so
now
I was
I'm
gonna,
like,
do they smell all the time, like
no,
throughout
only
their
when
life?
they bloom.
Okay.
Only when it has that weird flower
Good.
with
so
the
you put up
stalk.
with that for
And
however long.
they're only bloom for a couple of days, isn't it?
Yeah,
Something?
I mean, I think I had mine for like 4 days max.
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that before the 2 of them just.
That's like
withered
out front of our house. I think they're hydrangeas, maybe is
Yeah.
what they're called. They only bloom like 4 days.
Yeah.
But they're
Right.
beautiful when they
Right.
do. They're like real blight, like almost. Are they like maroon and like pink is what they look like? But they're so beautiful. Like seriously, the first day they bloom, you're just like. It looks neon. They're so colorful.
Yeah.
But then it die and then it all wilts away and you're like, you were just beautiful 2 days ago. What happened?
Yeah.
After
Okay. I was going to say, so now the last rose bush has died. So we got 2 more. So the one on the very end has died. Then I got one with all these voodoo lilies in it. And then we have another one with some weird random tree. I don't even know what it is. Obviously, a bird ate a seed and pooped right there, and I don't know what it is.
Aaron has the most mysterious garden.
Yeah.
It's like
all
But
sorts of
then
stuff.
Dale strikes again.
Oh, here you go, her
because
dad.
He called me a couple weeks ago, and he's like, "Yeah, so I kind of scraped back your mulch and I put some seeds." Well, what'd you put there, Dad? I don't know, some seeds I found.
Something's
Ah,
gonna
crap.
grow.
So things have been growing.
Wow.
I don't know what they are yet. No flowers yet, but we got little green, they're about yay tall right now. So we'll see what it's going to be.
It's the Aaron Hart mystery plant of the month.
Yeah. So between that and my climbing rose that half of it died, we had this late frost and it just was not kind to my roses. So
we play a game on the air called Mystery Voice, where we play the voice, the sound of a famous person. You have to identify. We're going to start one called Mystery Plant.
Yeah.
And Aaron's going to describe it. Okay, well, it has a purple root.
Yeah.
And it's...
well, don't get me wrong. I love my dad to death, but he'll just come over and play and see. And now the husband was a little annoyed because he wanted to get rid of those roses and he wanted to do something completely different.
You got to be
He has
faster than Dale.
decided- Kevin's introduced him to Chat GPT. So now he has every major conversation with Chat GPT. So Chat GPT has planned out what we should do with our little front garden. So now he's itching to do that.
We did that.
And I'm like, because I don't want to hurt those voodoo lilies.
The voodoo
My
lilies.
dad planted them.
Yeah.
So he's like, but I want to get rid of that rose bush. I go, that's fine. Cut around that rose bush, take it out in chunks, but leave those Voodoo. Well, I don't want those there. I'm like, too bad. I want
do.
those there.
Yeah,
I showed you guys that I had shown our front lawn area to ChatGPT, and I said, hey, give me some ideas of what we could do with this. Oh, my gosh, it was so elaborate. I mean, it was gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
But it was just like, yeah, we're not going to do that.
Well, the husband showed me one, and I'm like, what are we, Rockefellers? Do you have an idea how many, thousands of dollars
no
I
kidding.
plant that
will-
in? Who's going to take care of it?
I will say, though, that when this project is done that my wife wants, it is going to be
It's gonna
beautiful.
look nice.
And especially when everything grows in the way it's supposed to and all, it's going to look nice. And I'll be able to point to that. I go, I had a hand in that.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
yeah.
I don't grow things normally.
What the husband wants is he wants lots of color and stuff in the front.
Right.
But
It's something that pops, yeah.
But he also wants something that he doesn't have to do anything with. And I'm like,
See,
there's not a ton of choices out there for that.
We've got these are all, for the most part, shade plants.
Okay.
Because it's a giant tree we have out
Oh,
front.
yeah.
And it gets nothing but, it's mostly shade there, very little sunlight. So when we were at the store, that's what she was looking for, shade plants. So I guess the hostas are...
Yeah, those are
they?
great.
Yeah.
Where when I used to live in a rental house, I had a lot of shade in the front yard, and I had lots of hostas. They were great.
When we were in the store, I'm picking up, we had to get a bag of soil too. So, and I guess they'd all just been sprayed in the area, whatever. So I pick up the bag of soil and I put it in the cart and I look down, it had dripped on me and all over my pants. It's all wet. I go, great. Now it looks like I peed myself.
Yeah, it looks
Look,
like
yeah. Something smells like manure. It's the bag in your hands. Oh, whoops.
Oh, sorry.
yeah.
My bad.
But that's just it. Like my dad, I mean, he's great when it comes to plants. He can bring a twig that looks like nothing over, plant it in the ground, and 6 months later, it's fantastic. I don't know how he does it. But the husband jokes because I love plants, but I'm terrible with them. Absolutely terrible. And he's always like, our house is where plants come to die. And I'm like, that's terrible. Like he goes, you're like the plant hospice lady. I'm like, that's not funny.
There was one year we planted strawberries, and the strawberries,
in Missouri? You can grow strawberries?
Oh yeah.
I was
we grow
just
tons.
watering our coworkers' strawberries.
Oh, I didn't know.
They're
That's what
massive,
you
yeah.
had there.
Didn't
Okay,
realize.
yeah.
So strawberries are also technically a snowberry, so they can survive in very extreme conditions. So
News to me, man. That's
yes.
crazy. All right.
So here's the thing. I had strawberries take over my entire garden one year, because we had
Come on, boys.
snow and frost and all that. Well, that feeds the strawberries can get the moisture out of there, so they
Man.
thrive in that. So there's one time out of nowhere we had just planted a couple of strawberry bushes. The entire garden was strawberries, and underneath our tarp we had slugs. I kid you not, the size of my hand.
Because they love the strawberries.
They do too, and the moisture and everything under there. We had so on the leaves we saw some little baby slugs, but as we were peeling back the tarp, I mean ginormous slugs the size of my hand. I kid you not. My wife was freaking out, because she doesn't like
slugs
those.
are gross, man.
Oh, come on.
They're disgusting.
I was picking one up,
They're awful.
We just had a coworker that just returned from Europe yesterday, and while she was gone, she'd come up to our office and she was like, "Hey," she's like, "Would you water our plants while we're gone?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure," because we don't live too far from each other, a couple miles. And these two yahoos were making fun of me because they're like, "Oh, she's always killing plants." No, you, Kevin Hilly, kill plants when I go on vacation. I'm like, please, just give them a little
forget to water them.
Just,
We forget to water.
just at least
Jordan
once.
kind of took over that.
Yeah,
task.
Jordan's my boy.
I remember
He
every
makes
once in a
sure-
while.
Yeah, he makes sure that my aloe plant doesn't die, and the other plant I don't even know what it is. It's on my desk. Make sure that they don't die. But yeah, I went over to Michaela's house every day that it didn't rain.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, we had so much rain and it was so humid.
Yeah.
Her strawberry plants doubled. They have 4 of them in a raised
How about
bed
that?
with some lettuce.
Oh yeah.
And
I bet you they taste great.
hey, I plucked a few because I knew that either the birds were going to get them or because that was on a Wednesday. And at
Michaela, I hope you're not watching this.
Oh, no,
Well,
she
especially if they're
knows.
ruby red. I mean, come on. Did you want
No,
them to
she
get?
knows.
They
Oh,
were going to
yeah.
go bad,
Yeah.
Michaela.
Oh, and they were so good. But I sent her a proof of life photo because I was worried that you two had worried her that I was going to kill her plants. And so I was like, hey, halfway through your vacation, proof of life picture. Hope everything looks okay.
You know what Jordan reminded me of with the slugs story? My grandfather in Jersey, he used to have slugs going up the side of his house. They were Gross.
Really?
Look at that slimy tail.
Kevin busts this story out at least once a year. Get ready to have your skin crawl.
I do. And so how did my grandfather get rid of them? He used to throw salt on them.
Oh, I've heard about that.
And
if you put salt, they just get the goop.
I'm melting.
Yeah.
That's horrible. What if you melted to have and you had salt thrown on you?
Well, I'm not a slug.
I mean,
so.
it would hurt.
Yeah,
whatever. No, it killed them.
They're so naturally moist, and when you put that salt, just
it's gross.
Sucks all the moisture out of them, and they're like, we need that to live.
I mean, I'm not exactly keeping slugs as pet.
No, they're gross and disgusting, and
it's like worms. When they dry out, it's
like the insect world to me. I'm sorry, man. If you're invading our property,
like black widows, okay, I get it.
Yeah,
that's fine. But a little harmless slug.
Little slug.
What if you were a black widow?
No, black widows. I mean, they're deadly. No
see, there you go. Yeah.
I don't like spiders.
Slugs aren't deadly, Hilly.
I don't care. It's not a matter of survival. It's a matter of
it's a matter of them eating my plants
and decorum. You know what I mean? It's like, no, I'm sorry, you're gross. If you're a gross creature, you're not welcome.
We had actually a lot of corn growing this year, and to the point where like we even like split some off of like the big corn that we had, and we just planted like the smaller corn, and now that's like we're like, geez, it's like a food hack.
You ever peeled some corn back and you found like a bug's
like a grub in there? Yeah, like a worm or something.
Gross,
oh yeah,
man. It's like you put that right back. You know, like if you're husking in the store, you know what I mean? Like how you husk it and then you go, nope. I should just throw this whole corn in the trash. So
growing up back on the farm, me and my cousins, we'd have like a whole thing of corn. We like every single year we'd pick corn. They'd bring a giant like truck. They'd unload it. Me and my cousins, we'd cut all those grubs out. Yeah. So what you do, like you just find where the grub is, cut the grub out, and then from that point, I just would chop that part of the corn off, go and like kind of even it out, and then it's still good. Yeah. You're still gonna cook it and cook all the nasty out of it. So it'll be all right. Just make sure there's not a big old fat worm halfway in your corn.
Oh, well, yeah. If it's inside, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
You know.
I remember me and my cousin Joel, man, we'd be cutting grubs and shucking corn for hours. It'd be like we'd start it probably.
Ain't nothing like sweet corn, man.
5:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. we were out there, right? And just as me and Joel were like the end of the tunnel, we only got like 5 corn left. Here's my other cousin Joe. Beep. Beep, and then it's like a mountain high again. Me and Joel like crying. We have our hands. We're covered in sticky goo.
Yeah, that corn juice.
Corn juice. Yeah.
Whenever we have corn on the cob, like with dinner, like my wife will say, she'll like, how many corns you can have? I go 3, 4, and I will eat 3 or 4 ears of corn.
I love corn.
Like after I eat my dinner, steak or whatever. Like here's 3 or 4 of them, easy, man, because they're just so.
My
good.
youngest Liam just finally started eating corn, and like we gave him a cob for the first time the other day. He loved it, man. I like just eating on it.
Yeah,
it's so like, cute watching him hold it too, because they're like, how do I eat this? And he's like kind of looking around at everyone else as they're munching on it to kind of like get an idea of what he's supposed to do. Right. And then he just starts really starts gnawing on it. It was cute.
It's like the cartoons where they go it's like a buzzsaw.
Well, funny enough, me and my dad,
typewriter.
My dad, he made a realization. He's like, you and I eat corn differently. And I was like, what do you mean? How do you eat corn? And so how I do it is I grab the cob. Normally we have like little, like, I don't know, I call them twisties. You twist them into the corn and you can eat it. Yeah, I don't know. My mom always had like little green twisties that you twist. Anyway, I grab it and rotate it as he's going.
The holder.
Yeah. So I rotate it this way. My dad rotates it this way. He goes.
Yeah,
so I
go toward me.
I go away from me.
How about that?
My dad does towards me. Towards him as well.
Do you go all the way across, or do you work your way
I work
around
my way around.
I go across
and my dad goes across.
Yeah.
I start at one side and keep going until it's all gone. That's how I do it.
That's just wrong.
Wow. I work my way down the corn.
Was it last week's cast? You used the word I'd never heard before. Elote or
elote. You never had elote before?
I'd never heard that
it's
word
like Mexican
before.
street corn. Super good.
Yeah, how about that?
They've got it like at almost every Mexican restaurant we go to.
Yeah, you should try elote.
Yeah.
I think you'll really like it.
It's got really.
Oh, it's like got some cream and some spices on it. It's so good.
It's almost like a mayonnaise-based mixture.
Really good.
I know that sounds really gross, but
and you hate mayo.
I do hate mayo, but they put like a lot of garlic in it and a lot of cheese, and
does it make it almost palatable to you?
Yeah, because you can't really taste the mayonnaise.
Mm-hmm.
You taste the garlic and the other spices.
Yeah,
and the cheese.
Next time we hit a Mexican joint, I'm going to try that if they have it.
You would like elote.
And then they grill it. And
forget it, man.
So good.
That's
You
so
can
good.
see it. Sometimes they have them at state fairs too. Sometimes you can get them at fairs.
And
as
they
well.
serve them up like in a cob like that?
Normally on a stick. Normally it's
Okay.
like on a little stick,
Yeah.
and it's got cream, and it's got like all this like spice on it, but it's still like sweet corn. It's still
good.
really
In
good. You'd
solidarity with
Really
the
good.
corn kid, I have to say, it's corn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that's what he was. He was basically eating a latte, and that's basically what he's eating. So,
How about
but it's
that?
so good,
man.
yeah.
Oh, we're talking farming and growing and gardening and well, not so much farming, I guess.
No,
It's
no.
mostly gardening.
I learned
and-
most of my gardening from my grandpa.
Yeah,
though, funny
yeah.
enough, that's
I'm a Jersey boy, which is ironic because the nickname for New Jersey is the Garden State.
the Garden State.
Yeah, because there's so much produce that comes from the southern part of the state, which is where I'm from. But I don't know nothing about no farming.
No, we grew up with a great big garden, that Dad had us, working in, and he'd send us out with a little colander, go get the tomatoes, go get this, go get green beans, go get, here, dig up some potatoes, do this, and you would think I would know more, and I probably know enough.
I probably enough rubbed off on you.
I think I could if I really committed to it, and that's just it. It's the actual committing to it.
Oh, yeah.
That
My grandparents' house, they almost were like completely self-sufficient. I would
Yeah,
say
it's
they were
awesome.
probably about 90% efficient. Like they would only have to go to the store for like a few things.
That's amazing.
Otherwise, they could basically do almost 90%.
They probably had milk from a cow,
yeah,
right?
they had milk from the cow, and they grew almost all of their food. I mean, it was they.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a really dumb question, and again from a guy who knows nothing about this stuff. Can you can drink milk directly from a cow, right?
Oh, yeah.
I don't mean at the teeth. I mean, can you?
But you
well, I
can
suppose
you can milk a cow,
Oh,
right?
you stone cold weirdo.
You can milk a cow. You can if so say you have a jar, you milk a cow.
You can milk
container.
anything with a nipple.
Yeah, but you could
I
immediately
have
drink
nipples,
that.
Jack.
Are you
Can you
asking?
milk
Can
me?
you
No,
immediately?
nobody wants to see your nipples.
Are you asking? Could you immediately drink the milk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
100%.
Really? But is it like real creamy or something?
And
or?
it's good.
Is it
It'll
thick?
be warm.
It's warm.
It's
yeah.
warm.
Right, with
but
warm milk.
I like it cold. But
Yeah.
it's still really good. It's,
But do you have to what's it like pasteurization?
You don't have to.
Do you have to do
so
that?
funny enough, some people actually are allergic to that process. Some people
To the pasteurization process.
Some
Really?
people can't have pasteurized milk. Some people can only have unpasteurized milk. I had a teacher growing up in high school that her daughter could not have anything pasteurized.
Really?
So she always had a fridge full of unpasteurized milk.
But isn't pasteurization just a heat process? That's all it is, isn't it?
Yeah, but if you. It's to kill any kind of bad
Any bacteria.
bacteria,
Right,
basically.
right.
But if you know what your cow's eating and stuff like that, and your cow's healthy, I mean, you could just drink the cow's milk right up. It's not going to hurt you as long as there's no kind of bacteria or any kind of nasty, that get you sick. As long as your cow's not sick, you're going to be okay.
I'm going to get a cow and put it in our backyard
Yeah.
now.
I was
Hey,
gonna
hon,
say-
can we get a cow?
Billy, and I don't want to see you drinking directly from the milk because I don't want to get some call from a sheriff's department being like, Miss Hart, we got to complain about your
Aaron,
co-host.
the TikTok possibilities.
But let me tell you,
Say.
straight up milk, it's so good. Like having
think
straight
I've
up
ever had
milk
it.
that nothing's been done to it is delicious. Yeah, you realize you're like, this is how milk's supposed to be drank.
Very
But-
creamy.
And it's I guess it's the equivalent of whole milk. It is whole milk.
It is whole milk. It's whole milk.
Yeah. See, I'm so used to drinking 1% and maybe 2% milk.
I see that's what, like, having 3 kids, they like recommend they want whole milk for
Yeah.
the kids. So like that's just what we drink.
So growing up, my mom was on this big health kick, and she would get skim milk.
Oh, that's
which
what I
is
grew up
basically-
on.
It's white water.
We joked that it was like milk water.
Yeah.
And
That's
when we
what it
go to a
is.
friend's house or something and they had like whole milk or even 2%, we were just like,
Yes.
gosh, because everything
Right.
that, whether it was our cereal or just drinking it, we were like, this is the best thing.
Well, and that's why if you're used to 1% and 2% milk, which I really am now, but we drank, I think, whole milk growing up. But during my teen and adult years, it's nothing but 1% and 2%. So if I happen to drink whole milk, man, it's like a milkshake.
It is. It's thick. It is thick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, and also in the 80s, mom was real big on ice milk. Do you remember?
I
that?
do
Ooh,
remember
that's awful
ice milk.
stuff.
It was like the diet version of ice cream.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
Ain't no joy there.
yeah, God love her. My mom's been dieting from like day one.
Yeah. See, and my parents were the same way. It was just skim milk, and like I never knew what real milk was up until like I'd go to grandma and grandpa's house or something, and they're like, "What's your mom having you drink?" You know, she's like, "No,
we gotta talk to that girl."
Yeah. Or I'd go to my buddy's house and I'd be like, "Oh, you got the good milk." It's you know, I see the little when you look in there and you're like, "Oh no, it's that light blue." You're like, "That's 1%. That's skim." But then all of a sudden you see a red cap and you go, "Oh, they got whole milk here."
Well, like when they had orange juice concentrate, you know, Dad was very frugal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I hate to use the word cheap. Frugal. We'll just say frugal.
It's a nice way of saying
yeah.
cheap, yeah.
Okay, so if like the orange juice concentrate can said 3 cans of orange juice to 1 can of concentrate, Dad would say, well, if I can do 3, I could do 6.
Okay.
So he would always try to stretch a buck.
Stretch it out a little bit.
And yeah, so it wasn't until I started going to like friends' houses for like sleepovers or birthday parties or something that was like the first time I had like real orange juice, you know, that
it was so watered down what you had.
What I was used to was so watered down.
Yeah.
Same with Tang.
Oh.
We had Tang growing up, but you could see through it.
You had water with orange flavoring.
Yeah.
My
you had a hint of orange.
Like whiff of orange. Is what
Someone
we
goes
had.
orange.
My
into the cup.
grandson's like Sunny D.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, number one, it's not orange juice,
It is not.
and it's not even an orange juice substitute.
It's an orange drink.
It's an orange drink,
Right?
And I'll take a swig of that, and I'll go, I guess it's okay, but I mean, if I want orange juice, Sunny D is not going to do it for me.
No.
So.
To me, it's complete. That's like an orange drink. I would say that's like an orange juice imitation. You know what I mean? It's like someone described orange juice to somebody and they tried to make it. You know what I mean?
You know, I was thinking while you guys were talking though, whole milk.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I probably did as a kid. I don't remember, but I wonder what chocolate whole milk would be like. You know, you mix the Hershey's in there or whatever.
Have you ever just had like normally if you just get like chocolate milk, it's made with whole milk.
It's made with whole milk.
Mm-hmm.
You mean like the so
if you ever have you ever
like a jug,
yeah.
if you get like a jug
I've
of
got
chocolate
jugs
milk.
in
and it's just it's always made with whole milk
so
for the most
good.
part,
Okay.
unless you get skim chocolate milk or like 1% chocolate milk.
No, I think
So growing up, you know, we were all obsessed with the Central Dairy chocolate milk.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
we didn't
good.
buy it a lot because that was like a special treat. So it seems like it was somebody's birthday, and it could have been my dad's. I can't remember. And my mom got nostalgic and decided to get this whole big, like gallon jug of chocolate milk. You know, all of us kids are over. You know, we've got our spouses and everything. So anyway, we're all pouring glasses, and I'm like looking at this. I'm looking at my brother. I go, boy, this seems really thick, doesn't it? And so then you take that first drink, and you're like, I don't remember chewing chocolate milk.
Yeah.
This is weird. Turns out my mom, God love her, didn't read the label, and she got Central Dairy chocolate ice cream mix.
Oh,
You're supposed to put it in an ice cream
I'm not
maker.
going to poo-poo that though. I'll
No,
tell you.
Kevin, it was so thick,
You're like,
so sweet.
I'm chewing this. It's
like
there's physical chocolate
I don't remember it.
forming in my mouth.
I don't remember having to do this as a child.
So
yeah.
great.
They just melted a giant chocolate bar into the milk.
Yeah, we had a good laugh about that.
Well, on that note, we will ask you to, submit your own growing / gardening / farming / food and drink as a child or whatever story.
yeah,
Yes.
maybe you can point us in the right direction of what we should be planting.
Yeah,
Leave us a comment here wherever comments are available, and also give us a subscribe too. We'd sure appreciate it, so you can make sure to join us each week because that is another edition of the Kast.